You know, I sound a little bit weird. I got a cold. I'm getting over it. But I got a review here today that it's easy to do when you're excited about a quality product. And I picked up one of these zebra lights. I got the SC600W3 high. And this thing blew me away. I've had flashlights for years. I worked in law enforcement and have had, oh my gosh, dozens of flashlights. I always like to have the newest, the latest, the greatest. I didn't know about ZebraLight. Just found them, kind of reviewing them online, and I don't know how I missed this company over the other ones for all this time, because this thing is unbelievable. And it is now my favorite light by far of everything I have. And there's a couple reasons for that. There's the functionality of it is great. The batteries, the rechargeable batteries, and I'd have to say most of all is the size, and secondly the power. This thing, it's a thrower, good power. So I'm going to go over some of the stuff on it and the user interface. These are just simple lights, simple but complex, let me put it that way, because they've only got one button. So you think, it's on and off, but you can actually change some of the programming in it if you really want to get into it. I don't think you need to. I think they come up set up fine the way they come from the factory. And I got a little graph I'll show you of how the cycles go through and what the different how you can work it. But I just gotta say I love this light. Love this light. And I also found that, this is another company, but these little jet beam holsters that you get on Amazon fit it perfect. I mean, just down here for a minute, see if I can get it. And it fits either way. You can put it in with it down or with it up. Fits a little bit better with it up, but it'll fit it both ways. And I mean, that's a tiny little package there on a duty belt, or just carrying around every day. So let's get right into the reviews here, the functions. This is the chart of how this thing works, and it's basically got two different settings. You've got a 1, 2, 3 on a higher setting and a 1, 2, 3 on a lower setting. Now when you turn on the light with a single click, it's either going to be in this one or this one. It's either going to be one of the two. And between these two, how you change is just a double click. So when you turn it on, okay, right now it's going to be in the highest, which is this side. Now to cycle through, you just hold down the button and you'll see it go low, medium, and then highest. Low, medium, and highest. Now it doesn't matter which one you stop in. You can stop in low, okay? But once you turn it off, once you turn it back on again, it's going to come back on in high, which I think is great. Maybe some people would rather have it a different way. But between the two here, when you turn it on, is a double click. That's how you get from one to the other. So you do a double click, that's the lower high setting. And again, you hold down the button and it cycles low, medium, high. Now the low one on this one is really low. I don't know how many lumens it is, but it's really, really low. So that's the two functionalities of how you get between the two. Now there's even more in-depth programming that you can change the secondary levels that I've read if you want to. I got no need for that. I got 6 different levels here of light to choose from. I don't need to customize it any more than that. This is plenty for me. Now, there's also a strobe. Now, the strobe has to be accessed from the off. And the way you get it is 3 clicks. But while you're doing those 3 clicks, other things are going to happen on the light. It's going to turn on. You kind of just got to ignore it. Just commit to your 3 clicks, and it'll go straight to strobe. All right, so there it is in strobe. Now the strobe, when you get down here. Let me turn this off. Also has different levels. There's a super low, super slow, a super bright, super slow, a super bright, fast, and then there's a super bright, what I call disorienting strobe. And to get through those is a double click. So here's how you go. You go 1, 2, 3, and it's in its strobe. Right now it's in the disorienting strobe. Now a double click, and it's going to go all the way back up here to the top, which is a super low, super slow. So you'll see this thing. It's almost like a survival. See it? It just barely lights it. I imagine it would do this for days. Now to change it, it's just a double click, and now you got the super bright but super slow strobe. Now the good thing about these strobes is they will remember, they have a memory. So whatever you shut it off in, the next time you triple click, it'll go to that strobe setting. So here you go, one more, 2 times. Now it's going to be a super fast, super bright. This is the one I leave mine on, because if it's in my truck or something and somebody's stuck in the snow and I got to get out, and I might stick this in my windshield just to alert people, this is the one I leave it in, because it's more like a warning. Now one more double click and I'll get to the disorienting. Now I wouldn't want to leave this on in my truck shining in somebody's eyes, because this would probably cause an accident, because this is nuts. It's super bright. So those are the inputs. Now I believe this is 1600 lumens, I think it is. It's crazy bright. These lights aren't very floody. They're more of a thrower, which, depending on your preference, I like the throwers. I'd rather have something that goes distance than just floods an area. A lot of the O-lights are floodlights. This thing really gets out there. And I'll show you the batteries. You have to use unprotected 18650s. And what the unprotecteds are is they don't have the little button on top. It's almost hard to tell top from the bottom, but that's the top, that's the bottom. Now, these batteries supposedly, because they're unprotected, from what I've been reading, you can't let them go below a certain voltage, or I guess you damage the battery. Well, ZEBRALIGHT has built into their flashlight that protection, so you don't have to worry about it. It's automatic. So it's like almost, it was customized, it was made to use these batteries. I don't even think you can use the other batteries in this flashlight. I don't think they'll fit. So if you get one of these, make sure you buy the unprotected 18650s. I believe this one's focus here. Okay, she's not going to focus. I'll just read it. NCR 18650B. I think these were Nightcore batteries, I believe, and it was like 2 of them that I got in a pack. Now also, what you're going to want to get with one of these is, because they don't give you a charger, is you're going to want to get a charger. And not for nothing, but I use this X-Star VC4. These things are great battery chargers. They will properly maintain and condition your battery. They're just, I don't know, I haven't had any issues with it all, and it charges everything from the RCRs to everything. It slides to fit. You can do 4 at a time, and I don't have a plug down here, but when you fire it up, you'll actually get a digital readout. It'll show you the level your battery's at, and it'll show you how far you got to go to get it to full max, and then it'll be a red light, and then when it's done, you'll get a green light when she's all done and good to go. So, but like I said, if you're a flashlight guy, you got to pick up one of these. Yeah, they're a little bit pricey. You're bouncing around the $100 mark for these things, but oh my God, they're so worth it. I mean, look at this thing. You're not going to find, well, maybe there is other brands that offer something similar, but just the build quality of these, the fit, feel, and finish of them is just, it's really a great light. So that's my 2 cents. You guys got any questions? Shoot me a comment.